Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside of the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Centre for the 2018 Canadian Juvenile Broomball Championships. This one is the women's bronze medal game between the Big River Crusaders and the Kilsyth Young Guns. Matt Sanderson alongside Phil Davis up here in the broadcast booth, and it's definitely a good day for Broomball. It's going to be a nice tournament overall. We've seen this Kilsyth Young Guns team already, which we had a fantastic night on Thursday night, which it was a 1-1 game that went into overtime and finally won by the Young Guns. Unfortunately, their quest for gold fell just short as they lost an OT the other night. But this is a good team, and we know that they have a lot of skill. We know that their goaltending is good, but this Big River Crusaders team coming out of Saskatchewan, you cannot give them any doubt by any means.
Oh yeah, they're a very good team too. This should be an excellent game. We're going to see. We saw so many great games all throughout this 4 days, and they're just going to keep getting better and better. The last game we just watched with Kilsyth Fire boys was great. Now the Young Guns, the other sort of local team, are coming up here, and you know what? I think they've played almost the last 3 games, I think, have all went to overtime. So don't be shocked if we end up with another overtime game here again.
Well, absolutely. And we look on the Saskatchewan end of things, and obviously they're playing with heavy hearts as a local or a provincial team with the Humboldt Broncos. There was a tragic accident on Friday night, and 14 of their players passed in a big collision, and so now there's heavy hearts here today, and you never want to see that in the sports world by any means, even with the young guys that they were. And I can definitely tell you that the Big River Crusaders, probably something was said to them before game time. They're going to try to come out here and play with a purpose with that in mind.
Exactly. We've had a few teams that were having to deal with that. We've heard actually that there were some relatives of players that are playing here today that were on that bus too. So I'm sure they're trying to get as much information. They're trying to keep things compartmentalized, because you still have to try and focus on the game, but you have so much else that's so much bigger going on with yourself right now. So it's such a difficult thing for them to try and juggle, and hopefully they'll be able to do that and put together a really good game.
And at the end of the day, it is just a game for some of these players, but you look at it as they've got a task here that they want to try to accomplish, want to try to bring bronze back to Saskatchewan, and what a better way that would be than to win it here this afternoon against the Kilsyth Young Guns. But there's some Young Guns players that we have to definitely keep an eye on. I think that it starts with Alexandra Samet. She was the one that scored the first goal in the first period for the Young Guns, but also Jessica McGregor between the pipes. She was outstanding the other night, Phil.
Oh, just silly what she was able to do.
So she was actually named first team all-star goalie because she was so clutch when it mattered the most.
Oh, exactly. And I've been saying that to people around the rink today, that I'm just blown away by how good all the goaltending has been by pretty much every team. And she was just that one notch above too. She seemed absolutely unbeatable. And the goals that she's let in, the few that have been, have had no chance on. So, it starts and stops with her.
All right, so if we can bring up the standings, kind of show you how both of these teams got to the position that they got to. Obviously, the Kilsyth Young Guns on a little bit of a streak there. They won 2 games in a row, and then they ended up losing the semifinal game to, I believe, it was the number 1 team in that bracket there. We'll see it here as it was Team S. They lost 1-0 to Team S from Quebec in overtime. Fantastic game, but you see the Kilsyth Young Guns sitting there at 3-3. They have a great chance of taking this bronze medal game. We also have a head coach, or we also have an interview with the head coach that we want to talk to you a little bit about.
So tell me about the Kilsyth Young Guns?
Well, the Kilsyth Young Guns actually originated back in '85 when it was my sister who started the team up then, and at that time that team had went from playing as a bunch of local ladies in the intermediate league, went to elite eventually, and then eventually went to the Canadians back in early '90s or so. So since then it's kind of went quiet, and then 4 years ago I was approached by one of the girls' moms on the team now, and she wanted to know if we could get a juvenile girls team going in the area. So we did, and we're 4 years into this team now. I got 9 girls that are probably on this team, and it'll be their last year. So we've been together, we're like a family, and we actually qualified this year to go to nationals. We placed third, and now we're hosting nationals here in Owen Sound. So
when did you place third in nationals?
What's that?
When did you place third in the nationals?
It was in national provincials we placed
third.
Placed third this year.
Right.
This year, last year we were fourth to go to Canadians, and we didn't make it. So for us to be able to host the nationals here is great for the area.
So if you said you're out of juvenile this year, does that mean the team is moving up to a higher division, or is it kind of disbanded?
Well, no. Hopefully the girls will stay together. It starts an intermediate team next year. There's been rumors of that happening already. There's been some girls talk because we've lost a number of girls over 4 years that are all still wanting to play and are playing. So yeah, here's hoping that they'll stick it out and come back together and go intermediate, and hopefully we'll be elite eventually. So
hey, tell me about some of the players on your team then.
Oh, I got a great bunch of girls on the team. They're unique. Actually, one thing about our team this year, we're really based all over Ontario. I got basically 9 girls from this area, some girls from Mildmay. I got 2 girls from Windsor, and we picked up 2 girls from Ottawa to come to Canadians with us. So, for us, our whole focal point for our team is our goalie, Jess McGregor. She's really the key to us doing well. She has to play well for us to do well. I got some great defense too. I got Natalie Stevens and Erica Vokes are great on the defense. Estelle Oberdell. That's one thing with this team, this juvenile team, we can play defensively with anybody. Offense is where we seem to kind of run into our troubles as far as scoring goals. But the girls I've picked up out of Windsor there, Jenna Simmons and her sister Julie, have been big for us there, and hopefully the girls from Ottawa can boost some goals for us too. So that's in a nutshell. It's hard to say. Amanda Zettle's another good forward. She's a center. Has never played a lot of center. Very quiet, but does the work I can think on the ice. Hallie Wepler, Megan Cado. I can name the whole team, right? But the older girls are the ones that know this could be their shot to do something at the national level, and they're going to have to lead by example.
So with the young guns, what league do they play in on a regular basis? So
this year was the first year we went to the Palmerston League. We played out of Palmerston in the ladies' league down there. Normally we've always just kind of been an independent and just kind of did tournaments. But this year for us to go down there and play in that league has been huge for us. It gave us an extra 14 games kind of thing this year, and we needed that. We needed more ice time together to play together. It's worked out well.
So with players from all over the place, where do you get together to get practices and how to
Yeah, that's our next issue. Actually, the people from Windsor there, they've been phenomenal. They've followed us to tournaments all over the province and been there for us. They've been really good. So they're not an issue with them. The Ottawa girls are hopefully coming in 2 weeks for a practice and a team party, basically, so they can get to know who we are. And then we are having a supper here on the 29th of March here, pork supper, and hopefully they can be at that. And we're practicing twice the next morning on Good Friday to hopefully get ready and get to know each other, right? So it is the one thing with the broomball community. It's a small group of people. You get to know a lot of people real fast, so it shouldn't take long for them to mix in too. So yeah, so we're a widespread team out of the Kilsyth area.
So great interview there from Grant Pringle, coach of the Kilsyth Young Guns broomball team, and it just shows you kind of the diversity of where broomball is, especially in Ontario and Quebec, and it's kind of one of those sports, Phil, that I think you'd say gets overshadowed by some of those major sports, but nonetheless, people, they come here and they're quite talented when they're playing broomball, and it's a good organization to be in with Kilsyth.
Yeah, it's one of those sports where You know what? It really is generational. So your parents played, you play. That's pretty much the way it works. There are other people that will find the sport, especially through friends that are playing and things like that too. But yeah, it really is passed down generation to generation. So although maybe it's not huge mainstream in Canada, there certainly is a fairly large foundation of people that do play the sport and still watch the sport.
So we are still waiting for this game to kind of get underway. We're a little bit due to some overtime games coming or that just recently passed. We're just a tad bit behind, hoping that this game starts very soon. Keep in mind, there are two 18-minute periods. If it does go into overtime, basically it's just the same rules apply of whoever scores first wins. And it wouldn't surprise me if it went into overtime, especially with these two teams. And we definitely want to make it 3 for 3 in these last couple games with OTs.
Yeah, exactly. We've got two great goaltenders. I feel like a broken record because we're saying that pretty much every game. But we do have two really skilled teams, but we have two great goaltenders. So goals should be at a premium, although I've been proven wrong before. But I really expect that it's going to be a very close game. It'll probably be a 1 or 2 goal game anyways. And yeah, it's just going to be phenomenal to watch.
Phil, what's the game plan for this Big Rivers team coming into this matchup? Obviously, we mentioned earlier kind of what may be going through their minds, but also just trying to get a good start here and try to get the young guns, catch them off guard, especially with 34 Jessica McGregor in net.
Exactly. I think that what they want to do is they want to try and come out quick and get some momentum right from the start. The other thing, they'll really be trying to get more people in front of the net. When you're facing a goalie as hot as Jessica McGregor right now, you really want to try and get traffic in there, just like hockey, take away her sight lines, and hopefully get some little tips and that. And it might be the ugly goals that are the ones that are going to go in past her.
Going to the other side of things, it's the Kilsyth Young Guns. What is the mindset here as they just narrowly lost out on the gold medal game to Team S? And their mindset is, you know what, they want to try to win the bronze, but how do you shake off when they're that close to try to come out here and put up a good finish?
You know what, it's one of those things where it's just, you've got to try, the coaches are going to try and get them basically pumped up right from the start and just go. It'll be put that in the past. You can't do anything about that last game. In a tournament format, it always feels so much better when you win that last game no matter what. So they'll just sort of be cracking the whip and say, you know what, you don't want to, this is not the time to feel sorry for yourself. You want to get going, and let's try and get that first goal.
All right, so you see Mackenzie Myers between the pipes there for the Big River Crusaders. And we're underway from the first period here between the Kilsyth Young Guns and the Big River Crusaders. Big River wearing those black jerseys. Kilsyth Young Guns wearing the white with the black accents. Crusaders start this one off in the Young Guns end. As this one's brought up the side boards, that's going to be Becker fighting for that ball in the corner. Deflected off of Becker. Now comes out to the red line and cleared into Big River territory.
And a nice little flip there by Big River, and just trying to get it deep in the Young Gun zone right now and put a little bit of pressure on. Like you said, they want to try and take the game to the Young Guns early here and see whether they can snag momentum away right at the start.
Myers with the shot, missed wide and put that into the corner. This will be corralled by Emily Roney. She'll flip it over to Natalie Stephen. Now in the sideboards, Sabrina LaRue coughs that one up. She'll get it back on the sideboards. Now back the other side, that's Kenzie Demers. Traffic in front. Nobody can get that ball through though, as it's Paige Hinson who will go after it in the corner now. Paige Hinson fighting off her defender. Back the other way as Jenna Simons makes a nice move, flips it into the opposing end. Can't get any further as Price will try to throw this one off the boards. Grabbed by Hinson.
Nice broom in there by number 2, Amanda Zettel, just to put it down into the Big River end, and Big River's got it, and they're going to try and bring it back up the ice now here.
Hinson over to Gear. That one's turned the other way. We really haven't, we're only a couple minutes into this game, Phil. Haven't seen any action down into the Big Rivers and towards the front of the net there. I think it's going to be a big moment here for this Kilsyth Young Guns to try to be able to get more momentum down there and get some scoring opportunities.
Yeah, most of the play sort of been in the middle here, and this might get their first big scoring chance.
Yes, as the Young Guns battling hard. That's going to be Aaron LaFond. That's going to miss on that shot.
And it's so important in this game just to get your broom in the way. You'll notice defending so often, it's as much the broom as it is the body getting in front of that ball.
Back the other way. A little bit of a collision coming off the bench there. Possibly helped break up that breakaway. As it's Myers, and she'll throw it back for LaFond, and LaFond is going to put this one deep in their territory. Back the other way is Burnett. Burnett, shot, miss wide. Simons now brings it over to her teammate. Back over to Simons, to Burnett at the point. That one will be deflected and knocked away. Burnett again. She's got Schaefer Schnur with her.
And there's still a lot of pressure being put on right now by the Young Guns here. Still have the ball. And a hard shot on net there.
Yeah, back the other way is Burnett. Out to Burnett. She can't get that one as she'll now go to the bench and back around the other way.
And now a little bit of hit in the corner there, and Big River's going to try and keep it along the boards here, just move it along and up. That's a safe play along the boards whenever you can in broomballs. Make sure you get that done. It's been cut out then by the defender for Young Guns, and Bailey Beach is taking it in. She's thrown it behind the net. Big River's going to pick it up there. She's got a Young Guns player right on her, so real pressure in the corner there. We'll see what's going to transpire here. Using your boards once again is Big River, but they couldn't quite get it down there, and now it's been pumped back down into the corner where it's going to be picked up by Haley Wepler.
And now Wepler, she will throw that in front. Great opportunity, but could not get that one fully to the net. Shot from the point, right off the post, and that one was a little floater by Wardell, Phil, that just missed.
Yeah, it looked like the goalie just did not see that one coming, really. There was a couple players in front, and I think she might have been a little bit screened on that.
Back the other way now. Good stop in front by Myers.
And I think that's a smart play by Myers there, just to cover up that ball, get everything sort of settled back down for Big River, because there's been a real push. And we just got the replay of the shot by Wardell in there, and just a little bit of a flick off the defender there, Lauren Myers, and then possibly her sister Mackenzie was there just to make sure that it went wide.
Yeah, that was a great play by Myers. And now back the other way. Big River trying to get it out. Hinson will flip it over cross ice to Beckers. Or Demers, sorry. Demers racing towards.
But it looks like, yeah, she must have put it in just from her own side of ice, so it looks like it's going to be an icing here on Big River.
Coming back the other way. 12:19 left to go in this first period. Matt Sanderson, Phil Davis bringing you the call on this Side A bronze medal game on the women's side of things for the 2018 Juvenile Canadian Broomball Championships here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in Owen Sound. More play between the boards. Demers, nice play between the legs of her defender. She had a good chance to get something started there, but that one's going to be thrown up into the Young Guns bench.
Yeah, and that was just a nice play by Burnett. Just to clear it out, and having it go into the bench just allows everyone to get back and get resettled here.
I know sometimes those things are accidental, but you can't tell me that sometimes those things are done on purpose just to give a little bit of a breather sometimes.
Oh, accidental on purpose. I made that play many a times when I was playing. Usually you could hear me breathing out there. It was so hard. Nice little move there, just to spin around and get past that defender there. Now the ball's going right back to McGregor.
Now this is going to be flipped into the middle. It's going to be Zettel that will get her broom on it. Knocked away by Mackenzie Myers. Haley Becker now had her broom on it. Shot thrown from the point. That was a hard one too, as McGregor had to reach up to knock that one out of the way.
And for people who don't watch broomball an awful lot, you notice how much that dipped right near the end. That happens a lot with a broomball shot.
Here's a great chance for Jillian Kennedy. She is forced off the ball. Kennedy now can't find that ball. Now it's going to be cleared into the opposing end by the Crusaders.
Once again, another icing just on the wrong side of the red line for the Big River Crusaders there, and that's a couple that they've had that have been really close, and the ball's just made it over the red line, but that's all that's needed for icing. So, yeah, the Young Guns are putting on pressure, but I think Big River so far is holding their own, and the longer it stays tight, I think they'll be comfortable that way.
Couture and Burnett on the face-off. Burnett wins it. Burnett in front now, tries to clear it over to Schnurr. Schnurr can't get a hold of it. That'll be dumped back into the opposing corner and covered by Myers.
Yeah, the defender there just got the angles wrong. She was trying to put it across to the her defensive partner there and just hit a little too square off the boards, and it came back out, and the goalie Myers had to be aware of that, or it could have squirted right out in front of the net.
You also have to remember too, with watching broomball, that goaltenders, yeah, they have that big blocker, but it's a little different from your regular goalie that you'd have in hockey, as they have a little bit more of that net exposed because they don't have big pads. So the way that they're able to make those key saves and kick out the leg there is actually pretty outstanding with what they are working with. That was a great play, short-lived there, as you can see that Jalen Couture tried to get it over to her line mate and couldn't. Now this will be back the other end.
Yeah, Burnett was able to get her broom in there just a little bit, and that was a great play with the broom to just sort of break up the shot that she was going to take.
That one is number 6. That is Brittany Crashley falling to the ice. Pressure from Haley Wepler. And now comes LaRue. She'll throw it over to Wepler. Wepler in the corner. Slings it behind the net. Zettel will lose possession. And now it's going to be the Crusaders with a nice pass off the top of the glass. Zettel with the shot. Just missed wide. And now Haley Price.
And that was really one of those desperation plays by Big River. She just sort of banged it up the boards. They really need to keep more control of that ball.
Knocked away. We'll go into the far corner now. And That is Jillian Kennedy doing a great effort going after that ball.
Sim was calling for it, trying to get her to throw it out front to her because she had a little bit of time where she was open, but couldn't get control of the ball to throw it out in front. So covered up by your goalie Myers, and now we're looking at yet another face-off in the Big River end.
So it went from not very much action going down in the Big River end to the most of the action really here in the first, down in Crusaders territory. We have hardly mentioned McGregor's name, Jessica McGregor, down the other side of the ice, because she really hasn't seen that much action. The Young Guns, as they did in their earlier games, have done a good job creating pressure early on in these games, and it'll be important that they still try to continue with that, Phil.
Yeah. Just because you have a great goalie, you don't want to use her. And wow, as we say that was a hard hit that was dished out there. And
Julie Simon shaken up now as she was the victim of the other end of that hit.
Yeah, she's getting to the bench and she's not getting there really quickly. Oh, nice little broom play there by Bailey Beach to pick that one out.
Beach almost had Burnett, but there was a stick in the way from the Crusaders defender. Beach will now have that one as stoppage of time ensues.
Yeah, it was a glove pass there. It's one of those, the ball's going right at my head, and although you have a cage, you don't process that quick enough, so it's like, I got to get my hand up. So that's what happened. The hand got up, deflected off, and that was always one of my pet peeves. I'm not really sure why that necessarily should be called a hand pass, because there's no intent at all, but that's the way the rules are read, and that's the way they're called.
Burnett wins the face-off. Again, she's won a couple face-offs already here in the first. Here's Schnurr. Loses that ball. There's Wardell. She'll fire it across. Now here's Beauchens. That ball will just go into the corner now from her. And Burnett now. Good play off the board. Still fighting to keep that ball with her team. Back to Big River, though, as it's Beckers the other way with a little bit of speed. Here comes Beckers in the corner, trying to pass it across. Now she's knocked down to the ice.
Yeah, she was trying to pick out Hinson in the middle there, who has the ball now, and just couldn't get it there. This could be a break if the Young Guns can get to it, though.
Ball up and out of play. We mentioned the aggression that we've seen from some of these girls' teams, and you look at this Kilsyth squad, Phil. They are not afraid to throw the body. Mind you, there have been some pretty good hits the other side of things from the Crusaders.
Oh, well, exactly. It is part of the game, and I'm glad that it is part of the game in the girls' game. I'm not a big fan of, at the highest level in hockey with the girls, that it is technically no contact. There certainly is contact in that game, but I don't really understand why they can't play in a way the same way as they do in Broomball here.
All right, great chance in front. How did they keep that one out? Unbelievable, as desperation ensued for Mackenzie Myers. And I think she got some help from her defense there, as two players slow to get up. That's LaFond and Myers. Let's see it again here.
That was a team effort, and certainly the referee was right on the line there, so could see it perfectly. And yeah, it didn't fully cross that. So what a great play by Myers, just to dive back there to get that ball. It was probably already 3/4 of the way over, but not all the way over.
Sometimes you make the greatest saves in those desperation moments, and that certainly was one there, as Big River now back in the Young Guns end. 5:55 left to go in the first here. Myers.
Nice play to keep that ball in at the line by Jade Myers there.
Becker gets knocked off the ball. Now back the other way. That's going to be Cranky. Her shot will be deflected into the corner. And now traffic on the other side of the ice, as that one is going to be just saved and handed back to the ref by McGregor.
Yeah, McGregor sort of looked like she wanted to play that ball, but there was no one really making themselves available, so there was nothing to do but hold on to it and make the ref blow the whistle and take your face off. Never a bad idea. You get reset. And they seem to have been fairly good on face-offs so far in this game.
All right. Shot deflected in front. Myers didn't get all of it there. Saved again by McGregor.
Yeah, it looks like Big River's putting on a little bit of a push here. The last 2 or 3 minutes, they've had more of the run of play here. And that's pretty typical. A lot of times you will see the play sort of go back and forth when you've got two pretty evenly matched teams.
The Young Guns now trying to clear it off the sideboards. They do. Here's a little bit of an opportunity, as that's Caitlin Kennedy. She'll go into the corner to try to get that ball back. Out to the point, shot knocked away by Price. There's Wardell, who can't keep a hold of that ball. Go back down to the Crusaders defense. Wardell now takes this the other way.
Yeah, they've caught them on a bit of a line change there, and that's too bad for the Young Guns that they sort of jumped the gun there, so to speak, and created the offside, because they had two of the Crusaders switching up there and could have had a little bit of a man advantage there on that break.
4:26 left in period number 1. Shot sent down into Big River's end. Trying to clear this one off the board. This will be Becker's. Once again, she is
3-on-1 coming here.
Superb play there on the sideboards by Becker. Definitely a strong suit of hers. And the 3-on-1 broken up, and now it's coming back the other way. Burnett, great chance in front now to Schnurr. And Beckers takes that ball into the corner. Now Burnett scoops it up. Knocked away in front. Back the other way. Off the inside boards.
Smart play. You realize just how much the boards are used in this sport, that it's always the safe play to put that ball off the boards.
Just a great way to try to get it. Oh, with the first goal, the Big River Crusaders scoring. Makes this a 1-0 game, and that one was shot from the point.
Yeah, that's one I think McGregor will want to have back, although I almost think that she might have got a slight screen on there by her defense and was just sort of coming across, and yeah, the hard shot in, and might have even took a slight deflection off Emily Roney there.
Well, that's Madison Myers with her first of the game, the first and only goal so far, coming 3:18 into this, or 3:18 left in the first period. Now, a little bit more momentum here as the Crusaders, 1 goal differential on their side. And the Young Guns now maybe feeling a tiny bit of pressure. Yes, there's still a lot of game left, but you never want to be down by 1, especially with only a couple minutes left to go in the first.
No, exactly. It certainly looks like Big River has put on a little bit of pressure since they scored that goal there and had another good chance or two. So now it'll be up to the Young Guns to try and just play really solidly and try and move this ball up. They certainly have the passing skills that they can move this ball up and probably score a goal or two, but they've got to press this. And here comes a chance possibly now if they can wrestle it away from Haley Price.
Now, ball in front of the Young Guns bench, brought deeper into Crusader territory. A good chance here. Shot taken over top of the net.
Nice shot by Kennedy there.
Kennedy missed wide. She will now go back, grab this ball again, flings it around to Simons. Simons now with a teammate in front, just cleared away at the last minute there. And a minute 35 in the first, left to go.
Wardell hammered it back down there now, but Big River have it behind their own net and just going to slow things down with a minute left here.
Big River can't get full grasp of that ball, as it's a good flick pass into their territory again. Burnett now, we've said her name a lot of times. She is a difference maker on this Young Guns squad. Good backhand there, good opportunity in front. Just fanned on the pass Simons had. Back the other way, as this one will be shot into the far corner. And Emily Roney going after that one. Roney will now shoot this into the opposing board's inner zone.
Hard fought by Snur, but she lost it out to Big River there. And so now it's up to Big River to try and create something from this turnover.
Good chance in front, just missed wide. McGregor is going to reach out and save this one. Doesn't want any suspicious plays coming off of those boards.
And certainly noticing Paige Hinson, number 2 off Big River. They really like to try and set her up for the one-time shot. She seems to have a pretty hard shot, especially on the backhand. And it looks like that's a play that Big River is going to try and use to capitalize and maybe get that second goal.
So 1-0 for the Crusaders. Now thrown back to LaFond. LaFond with the shot. Rebound slightly came out. McGregor did a great job of holding that one close to her. 10.52 seconds left to go in this first period. This one floats in, knocked away by the Young Guns defenders. Play behind the net as time ticks down, and it's a 1-goal game right now. The Big River Crusaders up 1-0 on the Kilsyth Young Guns. Keep in mind, Phil, there was at one point in time, especially early on in this tournament, where Kilsyth, when they were playing Palmerston on Thursday night, were down by 1 goal. They did end up answering, coming back in a very unique way. But here, they're going to need a little bit of help, maybe more pressure in that Crusader end. It's kind of weird because they had a lot of the pressure and controlled that first period, but yet Big River was the team to be able to come back the other way and get that good shot on net.
Absolutely, yeah. The Young Guns did come out hard, and really for the first probably 5 or 6 minutes anyways, really were taking it to the Crusaders, and they have had some chances after that too. We certainly had that that goal line stand there really is the best way to put it, where they almost put that ball in. So yeah, there's still absolutely a chance.
Dairy Queen, the crew refreshments provided to us. We thank you very much for 888 3rd Avenue East, Owen Sound. We got burgers, fries. It's a nice turn of events here. Usually when we have different tournaments at the Bayshore, we get some pizza. Don't get me wrong, I'll be the first person that says I love pizza, but I also love a great burger and fries too. So we want to thank Dairy Queen here in Owen Sound. Thank you very much for the crew refreshments.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the Sauble Beach one will be ramping up to get going too.
That one's going to be super busy this year. They got a lot of fun and exciting things going down at Sauble Beach. If you're up and around this area, maybe vacationing, or you live up this way, make sure you head down to Dairy Queen in Sauble Beach. Also, the one downtown in Owen Sound, I find it is extremely busy at even odd hours of the night. You find people in there all the time. It's almost so hard to move.
Well, I know I'm quite involved with soccer in that too, and it's just amazing to see how many kids go to Dairy Queen right after soccer. So certainly certainly during the nights during the summer, it's always busy there.
It's funny, we promote healthy eating, but ice cream and sports goes together like peanut butter and jelly. So back to the action here, as early on, that one, it was almost scored there. McGregor just was able to save that one, as that's Madison Cranky, who had the great shot. Let's take a look at it.
Here's the shot, yeah, and it just sort of squeaked by her a little bit there, and yeah, was just able to cover that up before it crossed the net, or crossed the line, sorry.
Good shots of the overhead view by our Rogers TV crew there, giving us the aerial angle, which definitely helps, especially with how this tournament has gone down. There's been so many close balls where even earlier in the first there, Myers does a great job. The ball was 3/4 over the line, but great play by her. There was another one there by McGregor. Now back the other way. Here's Becker. Becker going to work to one side, wishing she had a teammate with her. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a line change.
Yeah, a bit of a 1-on-5 there, so it didn't really give her a whole lot of extra options.
Stopping the play.
And I guess they're calling that a glove pass, although I thought it was all taking place within their own. Oh, I guess it's within. Yeah, it's within the blue line actually that you can pass it, I believe.
So,
one of those rare things where the blue line actually means something in this sport.
Yes. So the blue line is not offsides here. It is the red line that's offsides, as Schnurr now in the side corner has Burnett. They both miss on that one, as Schnurr will take it back, sends it across to a teammate. Good shot in towards the net and on the side, as that one made the mesh rattle. Burnett just at a weird angle couldn't get that one through.
Yeah, she certainly seems to have the shot there, and it was a tight angle, so it made it a lot easier on the keeper Myers there. But still, you got to be paying attention all the time. It never hurts to take a shot from pretty much anywhere.
Burnett, one of the rare face-offs she actually loses, and this one's going to be Natalie Steven that keeps it in. Over to Burnett. Now LaFawn the other way for the Crusaders. Bank pass off the boards.
Smart play there.
Taken the other way by Schnurr. Schnurr has a teammate in front. That's Simons. Simons is now going to go into the side boards. Throws it in front. Flutters over the net. And Simons is going to take it off the net and flings it over to Zettel. Zettel now with her.
Oh, and he's drawn a penalty there too.
Good way to draw that penalty early on here in the second period. 15:37. We'll see it here again.
Yeah, and here we just have Amanda Zettel taking it behind. She just stop and start move, which is always good to put the player off balance that's going after you, and Aaron LaFawn goes in, and just because of that little hesitation, she had to use the broom and kick the feet out.
And she knew that she didn't get away with one
yeah.
there. You could see her reaction. But now, good chance for the Young Guns here, as this one, a little bit of miscommunication, probably further into their zone than they wanted, but now it's going to be flicked back to Vokes at the point. Over to Burnett. Burnett again off the boards to her, to Vokes at the point. Vokes with the shot. Knocked in front, a couple sticks as Cranky got her broom in there. Cranky with some speed, tries to run down Burnett, and Burnett just gets a broom in there to knock that one away. Great effort by her.
Yeah, nice diving play that was absolutely needed, or I think Cranky would have been in there on her own. And now it looks like the Young Guns have some numbers here, so back up and try and set up their power play again.
1:05 left on the PP. Burnett and Steven. Burnett fans on that shot. Back to Steven. Steven might have an opening, but over to Burnett. Off the sideboards. Back to Burnett. Playing a little bit of pass here.
Yeah, just need a little bit more movement here in the Young Guns. They're way too stagnant. They need to get that defense moving around a little bit. Oh, wow, what a save by Meyer. Wow.
As that one had a pinball-like effect to it as it bumped off of a couple different players. Myers did a great job of keeping that one out. And we'll see it again here. Look at as Stevens does great job bringing it to her forehand, and then it just
1-2, and wow, what a wicked deflection off Loran Myers. And yeah,
great play here early on as Steven gets the ball back again from Simons. Simons back to Steven. Steven to Simons.
This is where they need to try and move it over to the other side a little bit, I think. Everything was coming in from the right side, and they just need to switch the position here a little bit.
Yeah, try to catch them off guard as they're doing a good job getting in front. What a stop by Myers. Sprawled out in her crease, keeps that ball out, and back the other way come the Crusaders with some speed. Cranky off the sideboards, spins it to herself. She'll go in hard into the back behind the boards as she's a one-woman wrecking crew right now. And unbelievable.
She had a player wide open there too in Madison Myers. Wow, there's a lot of Myers on this team.
I know. A lot of Myers. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm really not.
And I wondered, I honestly even thought that might have went in, but it must have went right off the post there. And it just slides in, and yeah, it just hit that front post there. Boy, that was a close one. Burnett almost tied it up there.
Face off to the left of McGregor, won by the Young Guns. But now it'll be back the other side to the Crusaders, who already have a 1-goal lead in this one, which came late in the first period from Madison Myers. Nice shot from the point there, and it just got past McGregor. Good play here, as that one's going to be good. The Crusaders are going to try to keep it in. Now back the other side as Hinson dished it to a teammate in the middle, and now Demers back the other way to Myers at the point. This one's in front. Couture had a chance there.
A little scrappy right now. No one's really got really great control of this ball here, and now it probably makes sense for Big River. They're just going to get a bit of a change here and try and hold on to the ball and get some fresh legs.
No, there's Hinson behind the net, works it up to the side boards. Kept in a good way to block that one by Price to keep it still in Young Guns territory. As
you got Roney back there now with the ball. Going to be hounded by a couple players, I think.
Yep. It's now trying to be thrown in front and deflected away. Back the other side, as that's Emery Price trying to chase that one down. Got another teammate with her. Battle really ensuing behind that net.
Somewhat of a rugby scrum almost back there. There's enough players.
Don't want to get into the middle of that one, and McGregor's going to keep that one. 11-11 now in the second period, and the Big River Crusaders still with a 1-0 lead here.
Yeah, they really have taken the play to the Young Guns really in this second half, and even the last part of the first half. Young Guns have had their chances, but there's another hard shot that just sort of dipped at the end.
And you were mentioning LaFawn there. They do a good job with keeping her at the top of the point. Good shot there as McGregor just got a piece on it, knocked it away. Back the other way though. Now will be the Young Guns as Cranky tries to throw that to LaFawn and can't. Blocked in front by Myers. Now into the corner. Becker is going to try to chase that one. Burnett tries to swing it over to Schnurr. Now back the other side as the Young Guns do a great job holding this one in.
Yeah.
Chance in front as that was Simons, who will bring it back to Schnurr. To Simons. Shot in front, a little bit of a loose ball. Don't think they knew 100% sure where that was. And Burnett still, after she gets knocked down to the ice, going after that ball.
Yeah, we got some high brooms flying around here and some heavy hitting, and wow,
Whoa.
just right on cue there. Simons takes a big hit there.
Yeah, that was Lauren Myers dishing out that one as almost a collision starts there. The other side, Beach will bring this over, and a good chance here for the Young Guns. Looks like there's going to be a delayed penalty, and now a hit to the ice by Myers. And somebody is slow to get up. That is Erica Vokes. Took a second or two to get to her feet.
Yeah, she seems to be okay there. That was a really smart play by the defense on the Young Guns. There were wholesale changes made on both sides, and Beach threw it up there, and yeah, just a late hit. There's no doubt that's 1, 2, 3 seconds, and Lauren Myers is taking that penalty, and this is probably the opportunity that the Young Guns are looking for.
You got a 5-on-3 power play here. That second penalty came while there was a delayed penalty previously called. You saw the ref there on the replay with his hand up, and now both Haley Becker and Lauren Myers in the box for the Crusaders. For the Young Guns, this is the time to strike here. You have a good chance. This is your moment to shine.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where don't get too comfortable. Make sure that you're moving this ball, and don't waste any of your time, because you really, really need to get one in this. But you know what? You got a power play. See if you can get two.
Just outside of the reach of that top corner. Would have tied it up. Burnett now swings it over in front. That one's going to be cleared away and sent back down the other side. McGregor coming out of her net to keep this one. Keep some precious seconds still here.
I was going to say, and that was really important for McGregor to come out. Just cut it down. Don't make your defense work any harder than they have to be doing this. We're looking at scoring goals, not retrieving the ball. And just another little mistake by just not waiting that extra second to make sure you're not offside. So that sort of kills the advantage here, and especially when it's a 5-on-3. You want to make sure you can get control of that ball and get it down in their end as much as possible and put the pressure on.
54, Jamie Burnett, who's won another faceoff, been an influential factor out there for the Young Guns. Recording a lot of ice time here today as the aforementioned Burnett flings that over to a teammate, back over to Burnett. Burnett's going to take the backhand shot that floats wide. Burnett's going to go to the boards, keep this one. Here's a shot by Wardell. That's blocked in front. Now LaRue to Wardell. Wardell to Burnett. Burnett. That one is shot wide now too. As Burnett has a good chance here. Watch as she might take this shot. And she does on the backhand, but it's blocked. LaFond and Cranky, the two really putting the effort forward here on this penalty kill.
And you really have to have two people on that ball to win the ball back for the Young Guns. And we're running out of time. Only about 10 seconds left on this two-man advantage, so they want to try and get something to the net quick here.
Chance in front, knocked away, and what a great effort by the penalty kill of the Crusaders, killing off a 5-on-3, and that is an absolutely...
And now fresh legs, too, for Haley Becker coming in there. We're taking the shot, and...
What a stop Oh my goodness, off the crossbar and over top. McGregor's going to be thanking the lucky stars there as that one somehow didn't find the back of the net.
And I didn't catch who the player was for the Young Guns coming back full bore. Was just able to break up that little play on the rebound there, and that's why it came in.
It was Cranky, as you see Becker here. And yeah, that is Madison Cranky coming in full bore, as you mentioned, Phil, and just maybe a little bit too late there.
Yeah. Sabrina LaRue for the Young Guns got in and just got a little bit of a stick on there, just to bother her enough that she couldn't get it. She couldn't be as comfortable as she wanted.
Here come the Crusaders. Demers off the side boards. Demers gonna lose this ball for a little bit, but now she'll get it back. Ball out in front now. Beach is going to try to get this one out of her zone as there's LaFond in the corner. Now, ball on the side boards again as that's Demers. Demers working back and forth here, not only trying to tire out her defensive partner, but also trying to create something, and they might have something. McGregor knocks it aside, and that is Couture, who's going to bring that up to Hinson. Hinson and Couture back and forth as there's two white jerseys in there trying to wreak some havoc. Out to Demers. Demers with the shot in front, just missed wide. As if there was another player there, that would have been a 2-goal game here, as the net was wide open. But now the other way.
Nice little break and a beautiful play by Jade Myers just to stop up the rushing Young Gun player.
Now here's Emily Roney. She's trying to go after that ball, throwing the body around a little bit too. Gear is going to go into the corner now with Roney. Roney pushes her off of the ball, and she'll now have possession. Back in front, nobody's there, and it's a good chance with 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Oh, solid hit by LaFond there. Just took her player. Didn't worry about the ball at all. But Young Guns have a chance now with the break.
Shot knocked away. There's Myers, loses her stick. She has no stick now as it's behind the net, and now Steven has it. It's picked up. And look at that! Wide open and they score! Jamie Burnett with the rebound, and it's a 1-1 game.
Wow, that was just scrappy all around. The ball just was not sitting right for anyone. It was rolling in, and you thought, oh, that ball just is not going to go in the back of the net. And somehow you get Burnett to dive in there and put that ball in the back of the net.
And I'm trying to see who this is. I think that's Kenzie Demers that was behind the net. She originally actually gave her stick to her goaltender of Myers, and then it came back the other way. She picked up her stick, but then scrum right there, as it looks like somebody might have fallen on her. She might have got a foot to the head of some point, and she is down. This is Myers, slow to get up still. You do have to credit, however, the Young Guns for the relentless effort, even with the play behind the net, being able to work that ball in, and it was just a nice touch pass, and Burnett in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely. Go to the front of the net. You're always taught, stop in the front of the net. That's where the danger area is. You know, you can't score from behind the net. Well, it's pretty difficult to do anyways. So, it's one of those things where you just keep hustling, and it's amazing how a ball that big can be hard to get your hands on at time.
All right.
Just check and see. It looks like the goalie Mackenzie Myers is taking some water now anyways, and she's drinking on her own, so that's a good sign anyways. Yeah, the way she's acting, it's more feels like maybe that she took a knock to the head.
Yeah.
Just to sort of check and make sure the cobwebs are out and everything is fine with her. So just a little bit of a conversation.
And I think there was originally the Crusaders might have been arguing if that was a goaltender interference play there, as somebody got in front. I think it was a leg. We'll try to see if we can bring this replay up again, though. I think it might have been the leg of one of her own defenders that got there and kind of pushed her off course. But I do believe it was a good goal from our point of view, Phil.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was an original collision between one of her players and that when she lost the stick originally too, so I wasn't sure if it might have been all the way back there too. And yeah, it's coming across, and
yeah, there really isn't any player that touches her from this point of view. It was just, it looked like she fell down and one of her defenders might have fallen down hard, or the defender bumped her going through, but nonetheless she's still down on the ice.
It might go back, like I say, I think to the original, when she originally lost that stick. What happened was one of her defenders both came in, and I think almost both the sticks went flying there for a second. The defender was able to grab one of the sticks fairly quickly, but yeah, I think that's probably where the initial hit happened, and she was probably playing with a little bit of a groggy head for 10 or 15 seconds there.
All right, so 4:30 left to go in this game, and it's a 1-1 tie as the Young Guns finding some way to do it. And it's 54, Jamie Burnett, the difference maker here, as she just gets there to the ball and puts it in the back of the net. Absolutely crucial for the Young Guns to score, especially with this amount of time left on the clock. We could be seeing maybe the outsides of another OT. We'll have to see how this one breaks down, though, Phil. But I think momentum with Kilsyth.
I was going to say, yeah, it almost looks like overtime might be looming again. Yeah, it's one of those things where actually for most of the second part of this game, really, Big River had the advantage in that. And Kilsyth, that's one of their first really good chances the last couple minutes. So now, yeah, has Kilsyth got the momentum back, or, well, what's going to happen? We'll just have to watch to find out.
And there's a goal scorer, Burnett, at the top of the point. She's going to bring this over to Wardell. Wardell over to a side forward teammate. That's blocked in front. Now Wardell. She's going to take the shot that flies over the net, out of reach of everybody, and then Zettel is going to bring this over to Burnett.
So we do have the Young Guns on a power play here too. So yes, that's one thing that's going to give them a real chance here. I didn't happen to see exactly what the penalty was for there, but it's actually possible that it could have been being played with an illegal broom too, if what happened is what I think might have happened too.
Yes, because if you did see on the replay, Myers had actually a blue broom there, which was Cranky's broom, and must have picked it up at some point.
Yes. So you, although they're basically the same, you can't really play with your goalie's broom.
Okay.
So your goalie can pick up your stick and play that way, but once again, you cannot play with that other one.
So 2:55 left to go here in the second period. And Jillian Kennedy coming up the sideboards, going to stop, work it to Burnett. Burnett's got a couple defenders with her, brings it over to Wardell. Burnett again with the shot, knocked away by Myers. Myers seems like she's no worse for their wear there, as she was able to gather herself, catch her breath, and now back the other way as the defense doing a good job for the Crusaders. And here's Madison Cranky. Flicks it to Myers. Myers and Cranky. Myers with the shot. Good kick save there by McGregor. And it's a difference maker here, as this one is into the dying minutes of this game.
Yeah, McGregor had not saw a lot of action over the past 5-6 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're facing a 2-on-1 with a fresh girl coming right out from the penalty box. And I originally thought that flip to that player, Lauren Myers, was going to be too high, but she was able to control it really easily with her hand there. So there you go. There's that flip pass from Madison Crakey to Myers, and she takes the shot, and yeah, just a nice kick out by the leg of McGregor, and able to punch it into the corner.
There's Hinson now. She's coming up the sideboards. Works it off the boards to Couture. Couture to Hinson. Hinson trying to get into the middle. Brings it out to the point to Price. Price is going to take the shot. Misses wide. Into the corner goes the ball. And the Young Guns, nice flip into the other opposing end, as here's a potential opportunity. The door was closed on Simons as the defense for the Crusaders was there. We're under a minute 30 left to go in this game. 1-1 tie, overtime looming. And the Young Guns coming back the other way. Good opportunity here as it's Jamie Burnett again. That ball will go back to Wardell. Wardell will fire it in. Myers is just going to cover this one up and let her team catch their breath as we're under a minute left to go.
That's one of those things where both teams are going to be ecstatic that the ball got frozen there. You can tell that the Young Guns just wanted to get it in deep. Let's try and get a face off. And then you can tell that Big River just wanted to calm things down. So face off win here by the Young Guns, and going to be a hard shot by Wardell.
And now back to the point as a good chance in front. Believe that was Burnett. They tried to work it over to LaRue at the side, but Myers is just going to fall on this one.
Yeah, and there was a couple Young Guns in a really dangerous position there, so if she could have got that ball back in front of the net out to them, it would have been probably an easy tap-in. But a great play there just to stop it up by Big River, and now we got another offensive zone face-off for the Young Guns.
All right, LaFawn now. She'll bring this one to the sideboards. Beach tries to play it. Now into the defense as LaFawn behind her off the board. Cranky now touching that ball, and now it's going to be Burnett trying to work her way to the net and can't. Cranky, ball between her feet. There's 2 seconds left to go, and this one's going to OT once again for the third game in a row. We're going to OT.
I think I've called one game so far today that has, or this tournament that hasn't went into overtime.
I know.
So I don't know whether it's just me or what, but hey, it makes for a great watching here.
We do want to mention once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the families and relatives and teammates of the absolute tragedy on Friday night as the Humboldt Broncos from Saskatchewan, they were on their way to Game 5 of their playoffs and were in a collision with a transport truck, and there were some lives lost there, as that's hard to say here with some Saskatchewan teams here. And as you mentioned before, Phil, there were some relatives on that bus of some of the players, coaches, maybe even fans here, as it's a 3-hour commute between Big River, Saskatchewan and Humboldt, Saskatchewan. But heavy hearts here today, and it's hard to really even think about sports right now when you have something like that happen.
It is. It's so difficult. You try and have life go on as much as you can, but yeah, that's always got to be in your mind.
We want to thank Dairy Queen here in Owen Sound, 883 3rd Avenue East, being the crew refreshments today. And They have some great burgers and fries. If you haven't had the opportunity to actually sit down and have a meal there outside of ice cream, I suggest you do, because they do have some good food. All right, overtime has started here, 3-on-3. Kilsyth Young Guns will chase this ball into the Crusaders' end. And Madison Cranky coming back the other way. Cranky with some speed, outrunning her man, takes a shot, just missed wide. And this one is going to be kept in by Price. Price gonna work to her right. Now Price is gonna have a chance. She'll take the shot, just missed wide again. There's Myers. Shot over top of the net. Price now. The Crusaders adding a lot of pressure here. As we say that, the Young Guns trying to come back the other way.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jillian Kennedy just need to control that ball a little bit more for the Young Guns. Now it looks like Burnett's going to pick up the ball and they can maybe get a change in. But yeah, they're a little bit scrambly right now.
All right. Ball now goes down into Crusaders territory. A race to it. That's going to be Sabrina LaRue that wins the race. She's going to try to take her time here. Bring that ball behind the net. She's going to go back the other way now. Works it to Burnett. Burnett, who has the game-tying goal here. She will now bring it to the front as there was no teammate there. And back the other way is Paige Hinson in the Crusaders. Now Demers trying to outrun the defense, and she will, buying a little extra time for her team to get into position and make a play, as Hinson now grabs this behind the net.
Wardell was probably lucky not to take a holding penalty there. She had the arms wrapped a little bit and just not quite enough to get that penalty called on her.
That would have been an absolutely crucial power play for the Saskatchewan Big River Crusaders. But now it's going to be Hinson still with that ball, doing a great job keeping her body in front and keeping her defender behind herself, and plays it into the corner.
I'm sure Big River, their whole idea was to try and work that ball so they could get a one-time shot from Hinson there, but now she's went off and the place behind the Young Guns net right now.
Here's Natalie Stephen. She brings it up to Zettel. That one does not get through, and Myers does a good effort keeping that in. Myers now after that ball. Schnurr's gonna beat her to it. Schnurr back the other way. Behind her net. Coordinating with her teammate. That's Simons that gets to her left.
Oh, and a dangerous pass there that was picked off by LaFawn there.
LaFawn now chasing this to the corner. She's going to try to throw it out and just misses Cranky. Cranky's wearing the C as she's is definitely a playmaker.
Here comes a break.
Coughs that one up to Burnett. Burnett down the other way. Tries to take a little bit of time. Going to work it over to Wardell. And this one is going to be stopped by Myers.
A nice play there by both teams. You could see them really trying to work that ball and work it into a good area, but great defense by the Young Guns there, just not to let, especially when Hinson had the ball there, she was trying to work it out into the middle, and they just wouldn't give her a path that she could get a good hard shot away.
It's going to be a timeout here called.
Yeah, it looks like the Young Guns called their timeout here just to sort of settle things down. You got an offensive zone face-off. It's probably a great time to go over maybe a set play if you can win that draw.
We have Amanda Zettel, Natalie Stephen, and Jamie Burnett out there on the ice. And on the other side of things, you've got Cranky, Myers. That's Madison Myers and Emery Price out there for the Crusaders.
I was going to say Myers was probably just a good guess, even if you couldn't tell exactly who was going to be out there.
At this time, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's 4 Myers on this team.
So at some point in time, we could have just the 4 Myers out there playing overtime.
Oh, you very well could, because you could have Mackenzie Myers in net with Jade, Madison, and Lauren all out there. Obviously, all 4 of them related in some way, shape, or form. You mentioned how family is such a big part of Broomball here. This is going to be the face-off to the left of Myers, won by Burnett again. I think she's won at least 8 or 9 face-offs in this game alone. Big face-off winner here, and creates great momentum for her team. Burnett now into the corner, works past Price. She's going to flip it in front. Nobody's there. And Cranky coming back the other way. Madison Cranky now in front of the Young Guns bench. Back the other way is Zettel trying to get on her horse. Over to Burnett. Burnett with a great play, but that is knocked away by Myers.
Yeah, great outstretching, just sort of dive there to try and get that ball, but just couldn't get enough on it to beat the keeper.
Zettel again knocks it away from her defender. Zettel doing a good job in these last 30 seconds to a minute of play, keeping her team hemmed in the Crusaders zone. Now it's going to be a line change for both teams and back the other way. Here come the Young Guns. This is the bronze medal game between the Big River Crusaders and the Kilsyth Young Guns. Yes, Kilsyth just outside of Owen Sound here in Grey and Bruce County. And then Big River, well, they are located in Saskatchewan. A lot of teams from Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec here today, or here this tournament. And Demers back the other way. Demers now, as that's Burnett. Who else would get her broom in there and knock that one aside? Burnett now letting her team gather themselves, and then back the other side. LaFawn keeps this in though.
Right now, she's just going to try and hold it up there while they get a change in, which is a great play by them. Keep possession and get fresh legs.
There's Hinson, Paige Hinson, shot towards McGregor. That was an easy one that she stopped.
It was an easy one, but that was really critical that she did not give up the rebound there. She just smothered it because you had Jalen Couture barreling in, and there was no one to cover her. So that one comes out, and there's a very good chance that it's going to end up in the back of the net.
So another face-off here, won by the Young Guns. Here's Steven. She'll flip that into the corner. Out in front, McGregor makes the play. Myers keeps it in. Past Myers, though, as Myers now hems it back into the Kilsyth zone. Steven gets to that ball. Over to Zettel. Zettel now has Jillian Kennedy at the top point there, as Zettel's going to come up the side boards with some speed. She's got Kennedy with her, works it over to her. Kennedy comes away from that ball, and now Myers shoots it into the opposing boards, back the other way. Good opportunity, Wardell and Burnett. Lauren Myers, though, playing some strong defense.
Yeah, needed to move that just a little bit quicker there to catch them on that slow change by Big River.
Jenna Simons works it to Wardell, to Burnett now. Madison Cranky back the other way.
Whoa.
Price on her horse. Look at the speed from her. And Price over to Cranky. Cranky in front.
Good play by McGregor to come out there and just cut off that pass.
Now Trying to let the play develop. Madison Cranky at the top. Point blocked in front by Burnett. Burnett flips this ball down into the opposing end and will go in for a line change. This is Madison Myers who brings it up to Cranky. Cranky off the sideboard. Steven gets there first though.
And this is one of those things as this overtime goes on more and more. The legs are going to get more and more tired. So it's the team that has the fresher legs a lot of times that's going to win this.
Good chance for Sabrina LaRue. LaRue throws this towards the net. Knocked aside. Now there's Schnurr. Schnurr's got a good chance. That one gets caught up. And back the other way. Madison Cranky. LaRue with her. Gets in front of Cranky. Makes a great effort to keep her away from that scoring chance.
That was everything she had in her tank there to get that ball, to get back there. She's going to be slow getting off, but she is getting off there, and that was a game-saving play.
Here's Demers now. She'll bring it over to Hinson. Hinson works away from her man. She'll now come in. Has a couple defenders there. Tries to make the high shot. Knocked away by McGregor. Back into Saskatchewan's territory. Hinson, the light flick, and then Hinson will go off here for the line change. You mentioned the fact of how fresh legs are absolutely crucial. The one surprising factor, though, you've seen Jamie Burnett out there multiple times already for this Young Guns team, as she is a workhorse doing what she can. But now this is Couture working behind the net. Has Lauren Myers. Myers will bring it back to Couture. This one will be missed wide. Schnurr gets her stick in there. Couture into the far boards.
And yeah, you just had a switch off there, and now they're going to try and work that ball to Price if you can, because she's got the fresh legs out there right now for Big River. And you can tell that that's going to be the one thing that Young Guns are trying to stop.
Here's Schnurr. She will bring this up, and she gets dumped to the ice. Maybe a nice little play there by LaFond as she beats her to the race now, to that ball. Will work it around to Price. Price has Burnett on her. Burnett wins the battle, but back the other way as Price will grab this ball again off the boards. Burnett, look at the stick play by Burnett. Incredible. She works back to the other side. Jamie Burnett, great effort all around this game.
And then Price comes back and does the same thing to her. Comes back, catches her from behind, and knocks the ball away. This is an end-to-end game, that's for sure.
6:32 left to go in this overtime. 1-1. We've already seen one go to double overtime today. Could we see another? Well, I guess we're going to have to figure that out. But for a little bit of this period, there has been kind of some back and forth play. There really hasn't been much pressure controlled by either team here, Phil. It's going to be important to see what the Young Guns can do in the Crusaders' end here.
And here's some speed coming down the ice, being moved off to the side. Price is, but she still has control of the ball.
Price now grabs this ball at the top of Kilsyth's end. She'll work over to one side. She's got Wardell, the defenseman, on her. Working hard for this ball in the corner. Play will be blown dead.
And a lot of times you find that most of these teams probably only have about 6 girls that probably normally will play overtime. So all these legs are getting tired. So now the coaches are going to have to look and go, do I add a few more into this mix here to have fresher legs? May not be quite the skill level as some of the other ones, or do I just keep riding these 6 and hopefully we can get that goal? It's a tough decision, and here comes a breakaway.
This is the opportunity. Jamie Burnett with the chance to win the bronze. Works back. Good stop there by Myers, and Cranky goes crashing into the net.
She was going full bore. She was so far behind that play, Cranky, and came just a flying back to put the pressure on Burnett just to take away a couple options. She took away the options, so that way the goalie knew that Burnett had to go to her right, and that was it. Forced her to go to that backhand to try and do a backhand flip, and that alone could have saved that goal. It doesn't look like much until you watch that replay and you realize just she took away half of her chance.
And as quickly as Burnett made the ice, she comes off as she had whatever was left in the tank there in that shift on that opportunity. And as we go, the Bayshore filling up more and more here. This is turning to be a good result. Broomball here at the Bayshore on a Saturday afternoon. Kilsyth Young Guns against the Big River Crusaders from Saskatchewan with some speed. There's Demers. Demers working through. She's going to stop in the sideboards, work back. Thought she had a teammate with her. Now this is going to go across ice to Kennedy. And LaFawn now keeps it in for the Crusaders as the ball is shot inside of Kilsyth's bench.
Yeah, as they were making that line change. And that's probably one of those ones where if it happens earlier on in the game, LaFawn would have been thinking, okay, I control this ball, I move it over, they're making the line change, cross over to the other side, and we're probably going to have a break. But as you get more and more tired, the first thing to go is a lot of times that thinking process.
Here's Amanda Zettel. Has Natalie Stephen at the point now. Stephen has Schnurr on her other side. That's Caitlin Schnurr. Works over to her left now. Stephen with Zettel. Dumps it over to Zettel.
A little bit of a pick there just to try and create a little bit of space.
Zettel now at the blue line. She's going to try to keep this ball away from Paige Hinson as much as she possibly can. There's Caitlin Schnurr in the sideboards. She's going to try to create a play up front and can't. Now back the other way. Here with a lot of speed is Demers. Demers works it to Hinson. Hinson with the shot and scores! There it is, the bronze medal won off the broom of Paige Hinson, and the Big River Crusaders come away with the bronze medal here at the Bayshore.
I almost actually wondered on that if she gave her the ball a little bit too soon of that. I didn't realize who it was going in because that was the girl they were always trying to look for to get that big shot from the point. And yeah, just beautifully put over by Demers there. And she just loads up with the shot and just catches McGregor maybe a little bit cheating to the one side, but picks the corner, and yeah, just a nice hard shot. And you know what? It's nice to see a nice goal like that rather than someone scrambling in that to win a game.
So they beat Jessica McGregor again, and the Kilsyth Young Guns come up short. Came up short in the bronze medal or in the gold or the semifinal game. Came up short here in the bronze medal game. Good effort by both of these teams. It was a great overall game that goes into overtime, and the winner, Paige Hinson, number 2 from the Big River Crusaders. And I can most certainly tell you probably right now, Phil, that these two teams are the Big River Crusaders, more or less, very excited to be able to bring this bronze back to Saskatchewan.
Oh, absolutely. This was such a well-played game by both teams. No one should feel bad about how they played. It was just spectacular broomball yet again. And you know what, the goals were pretty nice in that too. All in all, just a great effort, and yeah, congratulations to Big River to be able to take this back home. They'll have a medal. What can you ask? What can you ask for? You get that bronze, take it back home. It's been a hard weekend for all these girls and guys that have been playing, and it's always nice to have that little piece of hardware at the end.
And like we mentioned before, definitely emotional for this Big Rivers Crusaders team, and they come away bringing back a bronze medal. Got to give Kilsyth a lot of credit there. Jamie Burnett in particular, as she worked herself to the bone to try to get a W here for her team. We're going to now go to an interview with the president of Broomball, Ontario.